Ladies and gentlemen, make plans now to attend Cage Brawl 7. It's the Halloween Bash, Friday night, October 28th, right here at the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. Don't forget to come in costume and get a discount on your ticket. For ticket information, you can visit the official website of Cage Brawl Fighting Championships. It's www.cagebrawlfights.com. That's Friday night, October 28th, Cage Brawl 7.
And we are getting things started once again here. Second fight of the night. It's going to be Randy Stemey and Josh Jones. We got Randy Stemey out of Mountain Empire, Josh Jones out of Purebred MMA in Kingsport, a brand new school to the area. And looking forward to this fight. Randy Stemey coming off a big win last Cage Brawl. And we are getting started here, Casey, and Purebred MMA, Josh Jones coming out here. Purebred's a new school on the scene. Just started showing up in Kingsport, and it'll be interesting to see how they start off their career here in Cage Brawl.
Yeah, they're actually in great Tennessee. And I've talked to a few of their guys.
Specifics.
Yeah. I've talked to a few of their guys, and I've heard a lot about Josh Jones. And he's got a lot of popularity. He sold a lot of tickets, apparently. So, definitely, in a good fight because, of course, Randy Stemey, he's facing out of Mountain Empire, another legitimate gym. Both these guys are 1-1.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're about as even as you can get. A little edge on the schooling, as Chris Mass has been around for a while, has a lot of experience. So you might want to give the edge to Randy Stemey on that one. But I think these purebred guys are hungry, man. I think it's a hungry gym, and they're looking to get some wins here.
Right, exactly. You never can tell, until you see them for the first time. So this is it. We get to see them. I guess several of the fights this evening are going to have the purebred guys.
We have a couple of purebred guys. We got Michael Nace, so he'll be coming up a little bit later. He's a purebred guy. But, they're definitely sending out some guys here to Cage Brawl, and that's the best thing, to get the experience firsthand in the cage. I mean, that's the best way to do it, right?
Who you think you feeling scared? I send them missiles at you, how you going in your underwear? I told a pair of 40s on me, so you better tone it down. I suggest you just prepare yourself for when it going down. 8-Town, West Side Club, who should catch me? Right up at the top, where Big Country throwing Mac beat. Jack a line, say they call
Now on his way to the cage from the blue corner, Randy Stemey.
DJ Khaled! All I do is win, no matter what. Got money.
All right, Randy Stemey on his way. Mountain Empire bringing their crew to the ring. Of course, the big triad they got going on there. Team Pitch Black, Team Crew, and Mountain Empire. They bring their guys together. They train together, and I think they get a lot out of it. They get a lot of good training from all those schools.
All three of those schools you mentioned kind of train a little bit different. Pitch Black was a great offensive gym out of Simpsonville, South Carolina.
Heavy striking.
Way back in the day, I did a little instructing in the ground program there, back in the late 90s.
You're dating yourself, man. You're dating yourself.
I was a young man. But I worked out there and I watched Stephen Thompson come up and become actually one of the greatest American kickboxers of all time. Of course, got very famous from the
World Combat League.
Yeah,
Chuck Norris. I missed the World Combat League. That was some interesting stuff. A lot of big knockouts on the World Combat.
Yeah, the way it was set up, man, it was almost like blood sport. Had that little ball, and it could be dangerous. I talked to Steven, while it was actually going on a little bit later. Of course, he tore his ACL, and that ended his career there with the World Combat League. But now, he's looking for bigger, better things.
We saw Randy Stemey last Cage Brawl scoring a big win. And, he's a talented fighter. He keeps it moving, very well-rounded. And coming out of Mountain Empire, they got great teachers. Guys like Tyrone Jackson on the team, Josh Brewer, two very strong fighters.
Yeah, man. I've always said this. Josh Brewer is one of the most entertaining fighters that's ever come out of the Tri-Cities. He just always comes to bang, win, lose, or draw. And, I'm anxious to see him turn pro.
Absolutely. Let's go to the introductions with Bob Alexander.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center in Kingsport, Tennessee, our next bout of the evening is brought to you by DJ Express, JC DV Productions, Churchill EMS, and Mailworks Incorporated. Scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds of amateur MMA in the 155-pound division. Your referee in charge of the action, Jimmy Neely. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black and white trunks. He weighed in at 155 pounds. His amateur record, 1 win, 1 loss. Representing Purebred MMA from Kingsport, Tennessee, here is Josh Kid Jones. His opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with the blue and white trim. He weighed in at 155 pounds. His amateur record, 1 win, 1 loss. Representing Mountain Empire from Bristol, Tennessee, here is Randy Stemey.
The introductions are in, and here we go. Got your Cage Brawl girl coming through here, and we are getting started here with Josh Jones and Randy Stemey here from Cage Brawl number 6. Excited to see this fight. Randy Stemey comes out to bang. Looking forward to seeing Josh Jones in the cage. We've heard a lot about him. An up-and-coming talent here, coming from an up-and-coming school. So this will be very interesting to see what goes down here in this fight. Jimmy Neely. Always entertaining Jimmy Neely calling the action in this one. And here we go, round number 1. Randy Stemey, a little bit more experience.
First thing I can see is Josh Jones really needs to keep that left hand up. Keep both those hands up.
It can be trouble when you come in with a stance like that, can it?
Well, you just need to keep your hands up and you need to keep your chin down. That's like, that's MMA fighting 101. That's boxing 101.
Watch the shot. Watch the shot. Circle!
Josh Jones, of course, giving up a little bit on the reach for sure, but a real stout, powerful-looking fighter. Like he packs a punch is what it looks like.
Right. You've got a more stocky fighter, facing the more lanky fighter. So it's a good contrast of style, and of course, Randy Stemey is going to have definitely the reach advantage.
You got to believe he's got to try to establish that jab, right?
Yeah, well,
he wants to get
Tyson
his distance.
versus Lennox Lewis. Cage Brawl style.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
that's a
big
nice
shot.
And the smaller, more compact, powerful, trying to get the takedowns, Josh Jones, but great takedown defense. He gets the underhook.
Well, close the distance. If you're the shorter guy with less reach, close the distance and get it done. If you get rocked, you got to do what you got to do, and that's what MMA is all about. It's changing and evolving during the fight.
Very true.
Ooh, big knee.
Wait for him to drop down for that leg.
And I've seen you be in the corner of some of your fighters, Casey, and you're always saying to hit those knees. It's like they forget they can throw the knees sometimes. You notice that?
A lot of people are looking for the home run, and that's what it is. It's like a bunch of singles and doubles are going to win a baseball game. And same here. It's awesome to hit that home run, but it happens out of the blue. You want to go out there to hit those singles and doubles and load up those points and load up those hit points on the body. Because they take a toll later in the fight.
Great positioning here by Randy Stemey. He's in a good position right now. He's had great takedown defense.
Well, and the round right now is up in the air because, nothing really significant has happened. This might change it up.
Take his back. Take his back. Take his back.
We saw Randy Stemey take a look back here and listen to his coach, and that has to be the most important thing, right, Casey? When you're in the corner and you're yelling something, that they acknowledge you and that they follow those instructions.
Well, if they can, if I'm sending out instructions and my fighter's not listening to me, then it makes me concerned that maybe something's happening that they can't.
Yeah.
They can't respond. But I just try to get. Oh,
There you go. Get your knee hook.
Stemey working that back, but it's what a scramble!
Wow.
The north-south.
Wow.
Josh
Great
Jones on
move by
top.
Josh Jones.
Oh, that thing. Now that was almost a headbutt.
That was a headbutt to the stomach right there. I haven't seen that very often. What a great first round here we've seen an interesting turn of events here. Josh Jones trying to get the takedown, ends up spinning in to north-south position. And Randy Stemey, I think if I had to call that round, I'm giving it to Randy Stemey on that one.
Probably Randy Stemey. I mean, Josh Jones, he took over and got on top in a good position at the very end. I don't know if it was quite enough to seal the round, with one transition, but good round, man. Now, once again, the second round is going to be your telling round. Once the adrenaline's burst, they got to go out there and do it again. We'll see what happens.
And here we are. We're getting into round number 2. Very exciting fight here. We got Josh Jones and Randy Stemey. Looking forward to this second round. Second round of action here.
Stemey's looking ready to rock.
Oh, he's ready.
That's mental right there, man. After you've already took what your opponent's got, in the first round, and you're ready to come out a second time, that's the head.
He's loading it up, Randy.
Once again, Jones with those hands really low, man.
He is, and it's like what we're hearing right now from Chris Massey. He's loading up something is what he's trying to do. And Stemey's trying to establish his jab, but he's kind of leaving his head out there a little bit. Does that concern you?
Well, I'm big with keeping the chin down, but really just ducking your chin under your shoulder, keeping it in tight, and I think that perhaps Stemey's not as concerned because of the reach. You know what I mean? Like when Stemey, when Josh Jones is defending these strikes, he really needs to watch because
there we go.
Stemey can come out of nowhere with that reach.
One of those jabs, that could be one of the most hard-hitting punches you get, a straight jab to the face. Am I right, Casey?
Absolutely. Well, it's stunning, and it's what follows behind it.
Of course, Mountain Empire will be back in action a little bit later with Tyrone the Beast Jackson. He'll be here a little bit later. That's going to be an interesting matchup right there. Tyrone Jackson, this guy that they got out of Atlanta, looks like a very talented fighter.
Wait a second. What's going on here?
We have a stoppage of the action here. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Did he take maybe a thumb to the eye? Jimmy Neely investigating the situation here, and he is, I'll tell you, one of the best of the best, Jimmy Neely, about getting into the action here and always a dependable referee here at Cage Brawl.
Yeah, Jimmy been around a long time, man.
Sure.
And, some way back, of course, had ETMMA with Josh Ward.
At one time, one of the best organizations here in the area.
Oh,
they really were.
Absolutely.
As we take a break from the action, Casey, do you have any some fun, interesting Jimmy Neely stories you want to share here on the DVD?
Oh, man. Jimmy is always a character, man. He was always a character. We went to a lot of the Warrior Fighting Challenge events together. And so, that's old school.
It certainly is. Check the archives of MMA Inside the Cage, and you can watch the episode where we had Jimmy Neely and Billy Cody on the same episode, and D. Smith. And we had a great time on that episode, getting all those coaches together.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Everybody was respectful, and we got to kind of reminisce a little bit back back in the day. So
it's been a long journey, hasn't it, for the Tri-Cities and mixed martial arts?
It has ups and downs.
Yeah,
but we seem to be on an upswing right now, and
I think so.
I'm grateful for it.
And I'll tell you what the number one reason is. Cage Brawl and MMA Inside the Cage and all the great organizations.
Bring it home.
He's talking to the doctor right now. He's talking to the doctor right now. I think this fight may be over, Casey. I don't think Josh Jones is going to continue at all.
He can't see.
He has 5 minutes to recover. He still has recovery time. Let's see if he's going to pull through and if he's going to finish this fight, because it seems to me like What do you think is going to happen here, Casey? It doesn't look like he wants to fight.
I don't know, man. It looks like the doctor's saying that he doesn't see anything visually wrong with the eye, but he's saying that he can't.
He still has time to recover.
But
That's
I'll
the
tell
thing.
you this right now. I tell my fighters, unless they want the fight stopped, don't ever say I can't see. Do not say those words, because as a doctor, it's your responsibility, liability's sake, to stop that fight if you say that. So you got to be really sure you're out of this fight. You know, I mean, you take the 5 minutes, you don't know. I mean, in 5 minutes, you can feel better, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to give it up. You don't want to give up before your time's over. At least take your 5 minutes.
Right.
That's your allotted time. We'll see what happens here with Josh Jones. I hope he finishes this fight because it's been a good fight so far.
I don't know if I saw it exactly. I mean, I'm not sure Jimmy saw it. Jimmy just saw him, covering his eye. I mean, that could have gone from a punch. That could have been anything.
Yeah.
Really, a 5 minute, that's for a foul. I'm not so sure that Stemey fouled Jones at all, man. I mean, I didn't see it, so I don't know. So it may be that he just.
You would see maybe. You think maybe he's flush out the eye? I mean, what do you do in this situation like this? I know you've been in this position before. What do you do with an eye injury like that? Do you just hope it clears up? Is there anything you can do?
Man, you blink it out and you get it going, man. I mean, I'll say this. I mean, it's got to be a pretty bad eye injury for it to stop a fight, really. You know what I mean? Like, you get punched in the face and the eye all the time, but sometimes you get those knots right in the eye. Like, if you get punched and you catch a knuckle right in the eyeball, I mean, it hurts worse than anything.
I believe it.
But if you chill out a little bit and let yourself recover, a lot of times that'll go away. It'll still be agitating, but it won't keep.
Randy Stemey wants to fight, brother. He's over here. He wants to finish this fight, and he doesn't want it to end this way.
This is what I was saying when they came out of the corners in the second round. I was telling you, the second round is a telling round. You go through one round and then you come out the second after your adrenaline's gone and everything like that. You see who's game.
That's true.
Stemey is ready to fight, man.
We saw that just a couple weeks ago, and that fight's actually featured on this episode where they come out of that first round. You said this is the telling round. He gets knocked out.
Right.
That round. I mean, it's just like that. The crowd wants this fight to continue, but I mean, if he's that hurt, if the eyes.
The crowd's giving him a fight.
They're getting rowdy here in Kingsport. Cage Brawl 6.
They're letting him know. They're letting him know, letting Josh know that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Jones suffered an accidental foul. He has 1 more minute to recover.
Okay, so it was a foul.
It was an accidental foul. 1 minute to recover. He seems to me like he's given up. I mean, really, Casey, and this is nothing against the purebred guys, but it looks like he's given up before he has a chance to recover.
This crowd in Kingsport is letting him know that they want to see him fight. This is a tough business, like a tough brotherhood to break into, man. You be there to fight. If you're not there to fight, and the fight is over.
They're calling the fight, and Randy Stemey gets win number 2. Unfortunate way to get it, but it's a win nonetheless. I know he's not happy. He wanted to finish this.
No, nothing. Randy Stemey came to fight, man. He was ready to fight. I'm sure he'd pop back in there and do it again.
There it is. Second win for Randy Stemey. He has to feel happy at least to get that second win under his belt. A nice positive record. It's no longer 500. He's above 500 now. And moving forward, I'll tell you, Randy Stemey looks very polished, and it looks like he's going to be very good going forward.
It's crazy, man. He reminds me of one of our fighters, Mark Cloyd, a little bit. A little bit bigger, but same kind of build. Kind of looks like him even. So, but yeah, the dude's tough. And, even though you win like this, I mean, he comes out and he has one of my guys, Doug Williams, he won his fight in the corner with the guy on the stool. And it's a little anticlimactic, but it's pretty awesome.
Let's go to Bob Alexander.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause for both fighters, please. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center in Kingsport, Tennessee, Josh Jones suffers an accidental foul due to an injury. He is unable to continue. This bout is declared a no contest.
Really?
I don't know, man. I mean,
your thoughts on the decision?
I mean, I wasn't at a good vantage point to see what Jimmy Neely saw, so I don't know. I can't make that call because I'm out here, but I didn't see what the foul was or how it came about. It looked like after the fact, but I don't know, man. I'm not going to make that call because, like I said, I didn't see it.
Randy Stemey, of course, visually upset here. He feels like he deserves the win, and I mean, Casey, you know the rules better than I do. I mean, and ISK officials are here right now. I mean, how do you deem that? I mean, do you think it should be a no contest, or do you think that's a win for Randy Stemey?
Well, they say if you can't continue, there you go, and the crowd lets them know who they believe their winner is. I think that if you're going to